246, will you have me a good one drive, please?
Lexington firefighters Patrick Branam and Seth Lockard are headed to a drug overdose.
Sir, 1135.
In this case, thankfully, the patient is okay.
We're gonna take your blood pressure, buddy, okay?
Branam is going to the hospital to try to talk the man into getting drug treatment. What he's doing is a new way of handling the job of a first responder. This is paramedicine.
Paramedicine is a kind of non-traditional use of the paramedic.
The paramedicine program started in late 2017 in response to people who call 911 5, 10, or even 20 times or more a month.
We're really good at showing up and fixing a problem really fast. We have people that call because they just need to get from the bed to the living room for the day, and then they call again because they need to get from the living room back to the bedroom. Or we have people that call to go, you know, it's happened in the past that we have people that have called to get to the other side of town. They use an ambulance to go to another hospital on the other side of town. It helps them get there faster. It's obviously not the best way to do it, but some people don't have $1 to spend on the bus, but they can call an ambulance and we'll show up and they say, I need to go to this hospital, and they'll go there.
Branam and Lockard build relationships with these people to find the root of their frequent 911 calls and then get them the help they really need.
If we look at a person that calls 911 because they need to go to the hospital for different illnesses, then we can more specifically address that illness and find out if we need long-term care, if we need rehab for a little while, if we need to get into, we have just finding a more specific resource. Can you not make it to the doctor, so you need the doctor to come to you? Can you not keep up with your medicine? So if a pharmacist puts together that medication and brings it to your home in like a day minder, then now maybe you can be more compliant with your medicine. Maybe it's just too much at once to figure out.
In just a few short months, the pair have collected dozens of stories about how they have helped change lives.
So we run across a family, and hardworking, but definitely down in the dumps, if you will, by no fault of their own. And mom works full time in the evenings. And because they're homeless, what actually happens is the family goes to one of the homeless shelters that'll take the mom and child, and then dad ventures off to another shelter, or sometimes sleeps on the street. And by getting involved with them and having conversations with them, we've been able to connect them with some resources that have now put them on short lists to try to get them more stable family housing, which is not very prevalent in this community. However, they were helping them try to get more stable housing, and that they can be together as opposed to being separated, in different shelters.
Many of their days are spent at local shelters building relationships.
Let's head to the shelter.
We were at the shelter and a lady said, there's somebody over here and I think she needs some attention. She needs your all's help. And we're gonna call an ambulance. So we ran over there to see how she was, what was wrong, and I was able to sit down and talk to her a little bit and say, come on, just be honest with me, what's up? And she said, well, I can't get into the shelter, I have a dog. And the dog alerts people when I have seizures, and I need her to be with me. And regardless of why she has the dog, that was her that was her person. That was her companion. That was who she needed. And she couldn't take the dog in the shelter because it hadn't had its shots. That's the only thing keeping this lady from getting in the shelter. She's not going to part with her. So we were able to make a few phone calls because obviously the need is shots. So the dog just needed shots. We were able to make a few phone calls, and a veterinarian came out with a bag of food, all the vaccines the dog needed, and everything, and took care of that. And that night she was in housing in the shelter, and we were also able then to help work with them to get her into long-term housing. She had some medical issues, she had a few things going on, and then she didn't have a need to go to a hospital to stay warm. She didn't have, we addressed the specific need that she had.
The two say this paramedicine approach to first responding is exactly why they became firefighters in the first place.
I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it here in Lexington for the last 11 and a half years. And I enjoy taking care of the people that I guess can't take care of themselves and solving their problems.